Welcome to the Local Pundit. I'm Josh Anthony. This is your match day preview. Harrogate Town versus Wrexham AFC. Back in the league, match day 20, and we're coming off that big 6-0 win against Morcambe, and we want to keep doing more of that. So, game tomorrow, thick and fast on a Tuesday night. It's going to be Tuesday night up at Harrogate Town, traveling at about 110 miles, they're saying, just under 2 hours. So, I'm hoping everyone shows up and good support. I don't know how big the stadium is at the Environment Stadium, but yeah, we're away. We're going, and we're gonna try to capitalize off that clean sheet, that hat trick, that great goal by Mendy, and an amazing defense, and Okonkwo with that clean sheet. So let's go. More of the same. This is what we want. So let's get into it. Talk about the lineup a little bit here. Which is unfortunate for Andy Ford, who I thought played really well until he got hurt in that 27th minute. Hamstring injury, it looks to be. Think he's going to be okay. I'm pretty sure he'll be okay for, won't be out an extended period, but we got great cover. We got Mendy. And I think he'll come in. I think that will be the only change that Parkinson will make to the side. So I anticipate same lineup, Okonkwo, McLean bombing down that left side, getting crosses in, being aggressive. I go O'Connor, Tozer, and Hayden. Hayden back, a fit Hayden is great. Him and Tozer seem to be working really well. And then I put McLean on that right side, even though he doesn't have a right foot, but his left foot is powerful. That's a difference with Ford. He gets down that right and he can get those crosses in. But we have great cover with Mendy coming in. Middle of the park, Lee, Evans, and Cannon. I thought Andy Cannon put in if Mullen didn't have that hat trick in the game he had, Andy Cannon would have been my man of the match. His aggression, causing that first goal, own goal, is great. He covered every blade of grass. Really like the look of him. So I keep him in the middle of the park. Evans cutting off passing lanes, and his range of passes are fantastic. I think that's a great balance. So Elliot Lee can push forward and get up into the defender's face a little bit more and run off Palmer, and I do Palmer and Mullen up front. Lee and Palmer up front, I think, is our best. In fact, I'm going to go up. That's our best 11 right there, with a solid bench, with Dalby coming off the bench and Davies and everyone. I believe that's even Boyle coming off in the back coming in. I think that is a really solid lineup with cover, even though Fletcher is out. So I want to see that lineup. I want to see Palmer backing into the defenders, and I want to see Mullen getting into the channels, and I want to see balls coming in on the left and right side on either side. I noticed that Mullen was dropping back a bit, which is what caused that first goal. He dropped back, flipped the ball into Andy Cannon, which was an own goal. But Mullen dropping back a bit is great, which allows Lee to go forward a little bit more. So I want to see that, a little bit more of that, and I think that's how we're going to win that game tomorrow under the lights in Harrogate, England, against Harrogate Town. Yeah. So I also my man I want to watch tomorrow. I want to watch Elliot Lee. Elliot Lee has played really well this entire season. He's a little bit. He hasn't scored lately. I want to see him get on the books. I want to see him score tomorrow. He's done nothing wrong. Hasn't had bad games or great games, but I want to see him get on the books for a goal. I think it's good that he's out there, but I want to see him get back into the scoring. So that's good, because I don't want the scoring just to rely on Mullen and Palmer up front, which is great because over the weekend we had a defender score, you had a forward score and a midfielder score. So we can keep that balance going. I want to see Lee get involved. So that said, all right, let's talk about Harrogate Town a little bit. They've had a bit of an erratic season. Manager Simon Weaver, who I did a little bit of research on, was reading his comments before the match. So they're in 15th place. They're 7-2-10, 7 wins, 2 draws, 10 losses. Goal diff is -7. They got 23 points. They're in 15th place. They're in 15th place. They lost to Crawley on the weekend to 2-1. And like I said, it's been erratic season for them. Their home record is crap. They haven't been great at home. Their away record has been better than their home record, which is odd, but it is. But good news for us, because we're going to their home. They're not coming here. So that's good. They went into last. So I got a couple stats here. The Sulphurites, I don't know. That's what they're called. They went to last Saturday's match at Crawley on the back of 4 consecutive away wins. That is a club record for them. However, the run ended when Crawley nicked a 2-1 win over them. So their form, their away form has kept them in the reach of the playoff places, but they haven't been really that impressive at home, which is, like I said, good for us. They're on a 6-game match streak without a home win. They lost 5, and in that course, they conceded 3 to Notts, 4 to Mansfield, and 5 to Accrington Stanley in the Bristol Street Motors Competition Trophy. So Bristol Street Motors Trophy Competition. That's a mouthful right there. That is a mouthful. So they're not great at home, which is great for us. They got a few injuries in the squad. They got a 35-year-old striker up front by the name of Jack Muldoon. So he's got 3 goals in 10, but their midfielder, Thompson, has played 16 games and has had 5 goals. So got to keep a lookout for him. But by looking at that, at home, they conceded 3 to Notts, 4 to Mansfield, and 5 to Accrington Stanley. We can get at them. And I think we will. I think we can get at them and, put pressure on them right off the bat, play that high line, and keep going. So looking to do that. Also, a little bit of drama they were talking about too. Apparently, Luke Armstrong was coming to Wrexham, but apparently that fell through on the last day of the transfer window. So he's been on the bench. So he made 3 starts. Him and the manager have some, had a little bit of back and forth in their pre-match. For this game that he was talking about to the papers. So he wanted to come to Wrexham, and I don't blame him. So that's the drama on their end, what we're looking out, and they got some injuries. So like I said, more to expect from us. I want wing play from Mendy, McLean's aggression, hold up play by Palmer, solid midfield, solid defense. I think we can have a complete game tomorrow. I do not think he'll make changes, but let's keep up the pressure. Let's use that Saturday win. Everyone felt great 6-0 win, clean sheet, fantastic. More of the same. Let's do more of the same. That is the missus, and that's a text. Sorry about that. More of the same. Put that on mute. And that's what I think is going to happen. Also, we are live tomorrow for the game, 11:45 kickoff here. Please join us. Had a great time on the weekend as well. So please get involved. So we also want to keep an eye on the games around us. So a full slate of Tuesday, and also we're doing tomorrow's the Champions League also too. So we'll have that on in the background. We'll talk about that, but mainly we're going to focus on Wrexham as we do. But yeah, got some Champions League games going on tomorrow too. But keep an eye on Stockport, who are playing Salford tomorrow. Mansfield are at Tranmere Rovers, and Sutton take on Crewe, and Notts play Crawley. So want to keep that pressure on the top. Maybe they'll slip up tomorrow. Maybe Stockport will slip up there. They lost in the weekend to, I think it was Newport County. I think they lost to Newport. Yeah, they lost to Newport County. I think it was 2-1. So let's keep an eye on it. Notts lost. They're going to want to come back. Let's keep an eye. Let's keep pressure up there. Want to stay within striking distance. I'd love to stay out of the playoffs. But as I mentioned yesterday in our Sunday session, I like us chasing Stockport. It just gives us something to look up to a little bit different in the league. Last year when, we were on top the whole time and we were battling against Notts County, but I like us being in this position. Just ready to pounce. So stay in striking distance of Stockport, and let's keep an eye on that. So tomorrow that game is on 11:45 on the weekend, Sunday match, not a Saturday match, Sunday match. We go back into the FA Cup and we'll be live for that. That game is a little later. I think it's, that game on the weekend is going to be on ESPN Plus. So it's live here in the States on ESPN Plus. We'll be watching that. Let me get a time on that if I can get it. It is a later match. It's not a 7 a.m. That is a shoot. I'm not sure. Hold on. I'm going to do it. We're going to do it right now. We're going to look right now. That's a Sunday match, and it is at that's a 7:45 kickoff here for me. So we'll be watching that on Sunday again. Sunday match there, and it's going to be on ESPN Plus. That's good. And then after that, that's December 3rd. Then the week after that, no midweek game then, and then December 9th, back in the league to Forest Green Rovers. So lots going on. Appreciate it. That is your match day preview for Harrogate Town versus Wrexham AFC, match day 20. Let's let it rip tomorrow, and let's keep it going up to town. All right, have a great evening. See y'all tomorrow.